Welcome to the What If live stream, and today we're going to start off with what if Deku was Dr. Robotnik. But first, I wanted to tell y'all something. I'm making a special series that y'all will be able to send me an idea or a character for. And this series is going to be a What If Deku, of course. And I've already started on building it, or making it at least. I'm still coming up with the name, but for now, Deku builds a villain society. Basically, villains will be working for Deku, and if you need backup, he gets like a percent of the money, and he'll send some villains to help them. And I have some amazing pictures of villains, made up villains. And if you can send me a picture and the name of the villain, it will be in this. So we have Light Taker, Sniper, Bull, Light and Dark Matter, Unknown, and Black Smoke. Those are the names of the villains that I've selected, that I've found. And they will be in part of Deku's little society. Now there will be more on this list. But if you want a made-up villain to be on this list, and you have a picture, comment or send me the link down in the description of the video, and I'll take a look at it, and it might even get added onto the list of villains in this society. So in this story, we'll have a whole lot of scenes where villains will be helping out other villains. There will be conflictations between villains themselves and amongst the heroes. So if you have an idea or a villain you want to be in this that's made up and has a very good picture, put in the link down below. Because this one's going to take some time to get fully together. I've not found a picture for Deku yet for this. And I don't really know what I'm going to name this yet. This is just going to be something that y'all can choose from, where you can want villains added in here. Now this one won't be out for quite a bit because I still need to do a lot more, since this one is going to be probably my biggest project for a story, because I am bringing in so many made up characters into this, and I'm really feeling for this. I'm hoping this will be good, and I gotta find certain villains with certain powers as well to make sense of the story as well. But these people are absolutely cool characters that I've found. And I'll probably go into the description of their made-up powers. Probably in the description of that video. Or I may tell you at another point. I don't think it'll be this live stream. But I'm feeling this is going to be one of my better what ifs on this channel, as it seems I found absolutely a lot of good things for this. I can't imagine this one being probably one of my top watched, because I think it's very cool, and I think this will get a lot of views. Now and I'm only showing y'all this because I didn't have no intention of showing y'all this until I reached some amount of subscribers. Y'all got me like 72 subscribers in a month. So I was like, might as well leak a little bit of this to y'all, since y'all got me that many in a month. Last year, I only had like 20. This year, y'all have given me so much, which is causing me to do a lot more research, a lot more stuff, bringing you awesome content like this. and I enjoy doing this. But what makes this one, the reason I'm going to say this one's going to take long to make, is because it's going to have an assortment of characters that y'all will be able to choose, because this won't be out for quite a while. So if you have a villain, put it in the comments. Send me a link. And I do have another segment I will be adding on to this, which is going to be another what if. And I think y'all are going to like this one. What if Deku was the king of the Easterlings? Also known as Rune, I believe. So if you all have watched Lord of the Rings, they're one of the factions that works for Saruman. Saruman or Saruman? The person that has the ring to rule, one ring to rule them all. I believe it's Saruman. This one kind of just... I was watching the Lord of the Rings. I'll just say that. This idea came to me when I was watching Lord of the Rings. And there's a few more things I wanted to say. If I've been in a mood for what ifs lately, but I've also now started a series called Rise of Atlantis, to where in the Total War campaign I am doing, Atlantis will be taking over the map. That one is something I felt like doing. I originally wanted to hopefully find a Lord of the Rings mod for it, but unfortunately I could not. But I feel like this series is going to do well on its own. I just have so many ideas for this channel and stuff I want to do. And I want to give y'all some of the options for, like, the villain one. I wanted the community of this channel, the people that watch my channel, to come in and give me their idea for the villain society that Deku will be creating. And I was inspired by that one recently when I thought, what would make a good video? Or a good what if? Deku building a society of villains filled my mind. And I thought that one sounded cool. It's still a work in progress. That one's not going to be out for quite a while. But anyway, let's get into this. Welcome back to What If Deku Was Dr. Robotnik. In the last part, we ended off with Sarah being part of Deku's team, or now joined it. The heroes have been trying to figure out who attacked them, as they're holding a meeting. So, where did this mole robot come from? As Aizawa says, I don't know. It must have come from someone, a genius. Someone that is good in building robotics. As Hawks suggests, maybe someone from my island. As they look over, that wouldn't be a bad suggestion. Someone that smart must be on I Island or here somewhere. Do we have any idea where? Our best clue right now is to look on I Island. Get as much information. That is a good point. And we don't know if he just has this. He could have multiple machines. We shouldn't worry. It's only one machine. Guarantee they made it just to take out to some warehouses, some funds. Nothing important. But we should still find this villain. But for now, let's focus on the League of Villains. They've been causing way more trouble, as most of the heroes will be going off to the training camp soon, as the right-hand man of Deku is just watching. The robot is watching the meeting. Training camp, eh? Should report this to Dr. Eggman. As we see Dr. Eggman walking down with his hands behind his back and in his lab coat, as he knocks on a door. Sarah, may I come in? Come in, Doctor. As he walks in to see Sarah with her new limbs and all that, robotic limbs and all that. I see you're back, and you're fully operational. No problem with your prosthetic limbs, I see. No, Doctor. Everything is fine. Good, good. I will have to do some examination to make sure that they're working properly. You must understand that. Of course, Doctor. You're the reason I'm alive. Yes, yes. After all, it also gave me some field data, so it also benefited us both. Now, unfortunately, if I send you out there into the Society of Japan, you'll probably be taken apart for research. I can't let that happen. Thank you for your consideration, Doctor. Oh, no problem. After all, the doctor takes care of his patients. And you'll also be part of the Eggman Society, or the Eggman Empire. I like to call it. The Eggman Empire? Yes, a place where our geniuses can come together. To where you're not looked down upon if you have a useless quirk or none at all. A place where we can just be ourselves, you could say. And the heroes won't be able to do anything about it. I'll make sure of that. Thank you, Doctor. Now, no problem. Now, you probably should go take some rest. After all, you're still recuperating. As you say. As he leaves, as a floating ball comes over, Dr. Eggman, the heroes had a meeting. Apparently, there's a training camp happening soon. A UA training camp, eh? You know what? Clear my schedule. Yes, sir. All meetings with any other scientists have been moved to a different date. Good, good. Now tell me, where is the location at? The Wild Wild Pussycats area. The Wild Wild Pussycats. They'll be easy to sneak a robot into. But who should I send? There's so many choices. What about Hydrobot? Hydrobot? Are you sure? Just a suggestion, sir. Do you know what? I know I will send Hydro and Firebot. They'll do an excellent job. As you say, sir. As two photos of the two come to the screen. As one is a full water body and one's a full fire body. With a chip that controls them. The chip is what makes them have physical form. But it's so well hidden in their element, it cannot be noticed by the human eye. Okay, Hydrobot, Firebot. As they both turn around, I have a task for you. Would it be the training camp? Why, yes. I assumed Right Hand told you. Yes. Well, good, good. So, I will need you to go in there and cause a ruckus. I don't care if there's any casualties or whatnot. Just keep it to the heroes. No bystander casualties, please. Process, analyst, understood. No bystanders. Only heroes and villain elimination. Good, good, good. That is exactly what I like to hear. And now there will be another robot I'll be sending along, just to keep an eye on y'all. I hope y'all understand, after all. I can't lose some of my more precious creations, after all. You are very hard to build, by the way. Understandable. Now, you probably should get on the way. A plane will be picking you up in exactly 2 hours. Yes, sir. As he smiles, as he goes to his office. As the right hand comes in. Sir, will I be accompanying them? No. It's another robot that was also a bit hard to make. But we'll be accompanying them. I see. I do have a much more better idea for you, however. You'll be sending me on a mission? Why, of course. You're the only one that can pull this one off. As a big evil grin comes across his face. And what would that be, sir? The only one I could really think of. You will be going straight into the Hero Safety Commission headquarters. At what time? The same time of the attack. And this will only be one attack. There will be another attack upon the city, drawing out all of the heroes. Some of the lesser robots I will be sending out to distract them. They'll be dealt with by that. I see, sir. Is there anything else? No. Remember, blow it to pieces. As you wish, sir. As he walks out. Ooh, how joyful. I wonder, will Sarah be able to do anything? I better not bother her. It's difficult while she is still recuperating. But I wonder, was she responsible for that little incident earlier? As we have a flashback, as when she's unconscious and hooked up to a couple machines. Back at Deku's lab. Okay, it seems the process of the prosthetic limbs are all good. As then everything starts sparking. As one of the monitors just blows up. What's happening? As he rushes over to the computer. What? Something is just decrypting and hacking through all the data. That's impossible. My security system is too good for anyone. How could someone have done that? Unless, as he looks to Sarah, her mind was connected to the mainframe. Apparently you do have a quirk after all. No one ever told you, apparently. You're able to connect your psyche to the very existence of the internet. How interesting. But with your mind in such a condition, that will have to wait. I better wait till you recuperate before I tell her. As it comes back to... Nah. I'll just wait. After all, what's the fun of spoiling the backup plan? If need to, I'll have her do the backup plan. As we skip a few days, where it's the Wild Wild Pussycats is having the field trip, with a lot of heroes being there. There's this huge... Several robots are attacking the city near the Hero Safety Commission headquarters. causing a ruckus. Well, the right-hand man of Dr. Robotnik cuts through the floor as he gets out with two other robots behind him. Sir, what's the order? We head to the mainframe room. That's our first stop. Yes, sir. As they're making their way there, as we see several battling outside with several police and hero safety officers, agents, and heroes, debating about all the heroes here or near the area. We have a 10-minute opening. I'll be connecting to their mainframe. Guard the door. Yes, sir. As the two robots guard the door, connecting to the mainframe. Going through all the stuff they've done to Dr. Robotnik. And all the corruption they've done. All files saved. As he starts planning charges. Did you place the charges? Yes, sir, we placed it on the entirety of this floor. Good. As they go out the same entrance they go in, as they had just wrapped up, all the robots outside, and everyone was mostly evacuated from the building, an explosion goes off, and half the Hero Safety Commission building falls to the ground, hitting several other buildings, but only hitting the abandoned buildings. As Dr. Robotnik had done research, making sure no one was there around the time of the attack. It seems that part went well. Now how about the attack on the camp? As he looks over at another monitor, as he sees several villains attacking the camp, as he's caught by one particular fight. And that would be Muscular trying to kill Coda, as his robots had interfered. One submerging him in water, and setting him flying, and the other scorching him, burning, as all his attacks were futile, as they would just go straight through them. Your attacks are futile, Muscular. You have two choices. Retreat now or perish. You think I'm going to retreat? As he rushes again and punches where the fire one's head's supposed to be as he goes through it. Perish it is, as he pulls up his hand as a huge fire blast comes in, incinerating his head. As Muscular's body falls to the ground. Villain disposed of. What next? You take the other half of the camp. I will take this half. Ooh, a split-up tactic. Very interesting choice those two have done. Splitting up is a chance they can do more damage. But there's also a chance one will be defeated. You could say a double-edged sword. Anyway, it's their choice. Let's see where this goes. Is he still watching from the monitor? No. If it isn't, Aizawa, as he walks in over where he saw Aizawa, who had just finished fighting the clone of Dabi. As water goes over and hits Aizawa, sending him to a tree. Elimination protocol. Eliminate the hero. As he surrounds Aizawa in water. You will be eliminated. As he starts suffocating Aizawa. As Vlad, I believe that's the name of the other hero with the blood cork, comes in out of nowhere and surrounds the water one in blood. His blood. Searching for exit. As he's trying to find exit. As Aizawa gets a chance to breathe. As he throws the robotic, or the water robot, hanging a wall separating, but it reforms. As Aizawa noticed something, it sends his scarf, grabbing a little chip that's super small. But as the scarf is coming back with the chip, a rock hand comes out of the ground, grabs the chip, and goes back into the ground. What was that? I don't know. But as they look over, they see the blue flames, and they see huge red flames coming from another side. As Firebot is just burning the area around him. Best way to eliminate is smoking them out. As he has set the other half of the camp on fire. Protocol. Now that is enough, Firebot. I've gotten enough research data from this. You're free to retreat. Waterbot has failed and have been taken down, but luckily, the chip controlling rocks managed to retrieve her chip. So return back to base. Yes, Dr. Robotnik. As he makes his way back to the plane where a few robots and the Rockbot is located, one of the Class 1A spots them, as it seems to be an invisible girl. So that's villains. What are they doing? We've been tasked to retreat. Seriously. We should do more damage, as one of the robots suggests. Dr. Robotnik's orders. Don't disobey the doctor. Yes, sir. As they get on the ship and leave. And as he's clapping in his chair. Excellent performance, I got to say. Now, let's check the news. As he checks the news where this broadcast, where they are talking about the Hero Safety Commission being attacked. The Hero Safety Commission has been attacked. Several injured officers and heroes due to a robotic attack. Apparently this was a stray attack to the Hero Safety headquarters. Luckily, the Hero Safety Commission president is still fine and okay. Most of the staff had already evacuated the building. No major casualties from the collapse of the building. Okay, he did it perfectly. Now where is that? As then a little thing of Dr. Robotnik's symbol pops up. Ah, there it is. As it plays a video. Ma'am, we could be using this for the people around the city. Not just to make money off military matters. We could be using these prosthetic limbs to help people. No. Keep making them to where they can use the quarks and handing them to the military and other countries. This will make us rich. Now let's see how you like it. As the corruption of everything that she's told Dr. Eggman, and that was recorded because Dr. Eggman caught it on camera, is being leaked onto the news channel. I knew Right Hand was the best one to send for this mission. As they're seeing all the corruption of what the Hero Safety Commission has been doing. Now let's see how long until things crumble. As an hour later, they've talked about the kidnapping of Godsky Bakugo and the camp being attacked. As people were very interested, but they were now scared and also angry at the Hero Safety Commission to where their faith in heroes have now dropped. Just as Dr. Eggman wanted. There we go. Everything falls into order when you just put one thing of information when the truth comes out. And the thing is, they have no clue where I am. But just to make sure things don't go a little bit overboard, he presses a button. Yes, sir? As a robot comes in. Yes, quark nullification. But I'm glad you could make it. You called me, sir? Yes, please go to this location and defeat All for One. And when you do, play the message. And that is part 3 of What If Deku was Dr. Robotnik. Make sure to like and subscribe. Ooh, that one was a good one. Where we had the training camp arc, the explosion of the Hero Safety Committee. I gotta say, I've done pretty well in this one. Now, I do have others in mind. Honestly, these what ifs have been good, and you'll be getting more of these over the summer. A lot more. And a lot more streams as well. So, I do have a... Y'all may not have watched this, but I have What If Deku was an Octoling, or a Cyborg Octoling. That was my first ever series on the channel. And it's getting close to... I think it's been about 8-9 months since I started my channel. It was my first ever What If. And first it started off with nothing but just a good detailed picture I found. And that series is going to continue. Season 2 will be dropping of that this year at some point, most likely over the summer, as I've not finished with that one, as I had like so many characters and so many ideas I still wanted to do for that. And season 2 is going to be the war arc of Deku's Octoling army versus the heroes. The reason I stopped making parts for that is because I was preparing for that arc. And I needed a break. I wanted to do some things new. So I kind of put that on a delay. Over the summer, you will also be getting a What If Female Deku was Mangle Season 2. That one is coming out this summer. Probably a month or two. I've just got so many ideas for this channel. And I want to keep this going. I will use characters, I will use made-up ideas, I will use characters like... I may even make a series of each one of these characters on this filter. I may make my own story for each character here, because they're all made-up villains. They don't really have a story. Some of them may do, depending on who made them. But I will come up with a story for each and every one of these villains. And it'll probably be known as the Villain Society's backstories. to where I will make an episode dedicated to each one of these people. And I hope y'all are going to enjoy that, but that's for a future series. Yes, there are going to be side stories. But I wanted, like... Now realize, there's going to be a ton of characters in this. This is only the top tier ones. The people that I have found. There's going to be plenty more villains in this. I just got to find them. And I don't want to use your typical villains. I want to use made up villains. People have actually made them up. They don't really have a backstory. They weren't made by a book. They weren't in like any good series. They're just made up. That's why I want to make backstories for them. Is because they're made up characters. And I've got a feeling I could do a good job for each and every one of these. As I'm still thinking of suggestions, so if you're thinking of a character or you've made one, no backstories, like no information on them. They're just made up characters. So I can make my own backstories up on them. Like Unknown, which is the one with the top hat and it's all lecture-y. He could be a scientist in a lab, and a lab experiment went horribly wrong. Or he could have been born with the quirk and was discriminated on. Again, so many options. And I will accept some ideas for backstories in the future. So if you want like a certain backstory or whatever, I'll think on it. Now, honestly, I was surprised. I believe I released this yesterday. And I'm going to tell you how many views this got. This got like 200 views in a day. Still, one of my most watched ones in a day. I'm still surprised I got that one video that's at 1,000. So I will be doing more of this series. I will say though, if you are a gamer or anything that also watches my what ifs, if y'all get the mod that I had on the description of the live stream earlier, and want to make some what if scenarios, what if battles basically, you can comment down below and I'll set up a time and I'll send you a password to where you can join the battle and we'll set up a scenario. One, you could be the Amazons, you could be Troy, you could be Rome, you could be so many of these factions. Because you could be the Freeman. What I love most about this channel is the creativity I do for these. Because you can have one story go this way, and then out of nowhere, a plot event changes everything. Or the next one will go a different way. So I am going to take ideas if y'all want. Like that bird one. It's also going to be on today's live stream. Just saying that. That one, I think I gotta make some of these not so long, and some of these a decent amount. Now, I've enjoyed, part 1 was amazing. And part 2, it's just gonna be as good. Anyway, let's get started. What if female Deku was Snowdrop, Part 2. Last we left off, she had just gotten back and was going to bed. Now, she told the heroes her quirk was more like a Pegasus with wings and all that. They don't know she has an ice quirk, and she even told them that there are two other people that live on the mountain, on the other side of the mountain, and they may have ice quirk, or not. So basically lying. Now, they noticed that she was blind because of her eyes. Aizawa was a bit skeptical because of the last part, where she came in back from a blizzard. As we go to Aizawa meeting with some of the other heroes. Something's off. What do you mean, Aizawa? That girl, she was out there in the blizzard, and it seemed she wasn't bothered by the cold at all. Probably her quirk. She did say she had a Pegasus quirk, and her resistance to the cold is very high. Yes, that's what she said. Especially she's blind. Yeah, that's the thing. If she's blind, how did she make her way back here? Who knows? Maybe sound. After all, if she's been on the mountain, she must know how to navigate even without her eyesight. You're probably right. I must be overthinking things again. You might be. Let's just get some rest. As they go take a rest, as they all sleep for the night. As we go back to that same cave Izumi was in, as an eye opens, it then changes to morning. As the heroes have gotten up, and Izumi's just come down and has already made food for everyone. It seems all are up. As they're surprised that she's cooked, and it's quite a lot of food because there's a lot of people. Would y'all like something to eat? Thank you, ma'am. As they start digging into the food. Question. Do you know anyone with a particular ice quirk that can create storms? Like snowstorms? Not of my knowledge. I've always lived on the mountain, so blizzards and storms have always been typical here. Yes, but some of them are spreading down to the cities nearby. That's odd. They usually don't spread that far. Yes, we're trying to find the person with the ice quirk that's doing it. Well, I'm pretty sure they're on the other side of the mountain. That must be who you are looking for. Well, thank you. They grab the food and they leave. As Izumi sighs in relief. They're gone. As she steps out of the house. And several of the heroes actually left, but Aizawa, Hawks, and a few others stayed behind because they were skeptical. As she steps out and starts walking, and pulls her wings out and she flies away. As they start tailing her, as it seems like she's looking around, but really she's just honing her ears, trying to figure out if anyone's following or is anyone near the area. As she hears a twig break. Is anyone there? As then a rabbit comes out. Oh, just a rabbit. As she then moves a rock, revealing a hidden cave. As she walks down. As she puts the rock back in place, and it seems to be like frozen over. Something's off. As they try to move the rock, but it's iced over, they ask Endeavor to melt it. As he does melt it, they manage to move it, as Izumi has gone deeper into the cave. Okay, time to do the job. As she's now gone into a big room with a huge something in ice. Now to keep you frozen. As she now is freezing the huge object, keeping it in ice. As the reason for the increased blizzards were to keep this thing in ice. Making the cold even colder was because of this thing. Out of the years it's been trapped in ice, it was starting to thaw. Izumi was keeping it cold, making sure it wouldn't wake up. As she hears footsteps coming down, oh no, as she quickly makes an ice wall to block it off where they can't see it, and then she starts running. As they make their way down, as they see a lot of ice down there. What is this place? I don't know. But as they see a little bit of a shelf, as they go to it, and they pick up the painting, or the picture. It's a picture of Izumi and her mom. This must be a place she goes to. So, what's about? It's just a little hideout. Yeah. As then, he noticed that a wall of ice was made recently. Knowing that the ice hadn't been there or aligned itself with the wall. Endeavor, could you melt this? As Izumi hears those words. Oh no. As Endeavor's about to shoot fire at it, she has no choice but to have the whole cave shake. As she destroys one of the ice pillars holding up the rocks to the room they're in. As it starts to collapse. As they run out. That was close. As they manage to get out of the cave. That girl is hiding something. Even if she's blind, she's hiding something. But unknown to her, the cracks on the ice wall had already shattered. Luckily, it was still encased in ice. Okay, at least you haven't been discovered. You better just stay in ice. It would be bad if you escaped. As we still don't get a clear look at the thing just yet. Now I better go out the other exit. As she gets out of the exit and starts flying, heading back to her cabin. As soon as she lands to get in, the heroes are there. Sorry, girl, but you're under arrest. And why is that? You're the ice user that's been causing blizzards around storms. Snow, you're under arrest for that. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play dumb. We know you're the person. As she runs outside, as Aizawa tries to catch her with the scarf, but she pulls out her wings, starts flying, and freezes the scarf when it grabs her leg, breaking it. As she starts flying off into the storm, as a blizzard appears, Hawk's trying to keep up with her. Stay away. You must leave the mountain. She sends several ice fragments, ice balls, hitting Hawks like snowballs. As she's trying to get away. Then out of nowhere, All Might comes in and hits her, sending her to the ground into the snow, knocking her out. As they capture her and take her away. Several hours later, as she's in a car, being taken to a cell, with court-canceling cuffs on. As soon as they arrived at the police station, she was put into a cell. As Aizawa, several other heroes were there. As the Hero Safety Commission president shows up. What may you be doing here, ma'am? That girl now belongs to the Hero Safety Commission. Sorry, ma'am. She needs to be questioned. You will allow her to come with us immediately. We'll send her with you as soon as we get answers. As Aizawa goes in there to interrogate her with the detective that has the lie detector quirk. Why were you causing blizzards around the cities nearby? I wasn't causing any blizzards around the cities. As the detective says, she's not lying. She's not responsible for any of the blizzards or snowstorms. Okay. Then why did you lie about your quirk? Simple reason. My mother told me never to reveal my quirk. Or at least not my full quirk. She's not lying. What was in that cave? Just a place I go to. She's not lying. Okay. Did you ever use your quirk to the surrounding? Yes. She's not lying. Did you ever have the blizzards go near any cities? No, just the mountain. Half-truth. The storms will sometimes get too big, I'm presuming. Yes. Okay, so some of the, but it's always a cold breeze, just nothing like a blizzard or anything around the cities. She's telling the truth on that one. Any other questions? Why did you resist being arrested? Because Mom said never go down to the city. People want me. To use me, is what she told me. Truth. Now, if you excuse me, I'll leave. As the Hero Safety Commission president comes in, unfortunately not. You'll be coming with us. No, you don't understand. As two guards grab her and are trying to take her out of the room. Let go of me. As they drag her out of the room. She's now Hero Safety Commission property. As they go, as she's being taken away. As Aizawa and several other heroes are skeptical about this. As they put her in her own truck with a few security guards. And she's being taken. As it's the dead of night, and they're taking her to a facility. As an image pops into her head with two eyes. Ugh. Stop. As they notice what's wrong. As then her eyes blow exactly bluish white. As the cuffs are frozen. And as the entire vehicle and everyone in it gets frozen. I need to get back there. As she busts the back doors of the car. And pulls out her wings and starts flying to the mountain. As the thing encased in ice, starts to crack. No. As she starts going faster and faster, trying to reach the mountain. As several heroes and everything was been alerted. As heroes and detectives show on the scene. As they go over and finding the vehicle completely encased in ice and even the ground. To where half of the bridge they were on was completely encased in ice. What happened here? Apparently that person y'all took in earlier, throws the entire vehicle and everyone inside. How are the people inside? They're alive. They're just in a ice state. It looks like the outer body was iced up, but their inner body was kept cool. Only with a person with a high ice core could actually do that, surrounding the person in ice and letting them live. Any wrong detail would have them die instantly. So they're all alive. Yes. That's good. But why did she do this? She didn't take me for the type that broke the law. Well, I guess the only way to know is to get answers from them. As she's flying, as we see Izumi flying through the storm. Gotta reach the mountain. She lands and reaches the other entrance to the cave. As she walks in, down the stairs, descending. As she's running. As she's breathing heavy. As she looks around. Where is it? Where is it? As all she can see is broken ice. No. I'm too late. As then she turns around. And everything just goes blank. We go back to the hospital where the people are defrosting. As one of the people that was guarding her is fully defrosted and is shivering. Ooh. Can you tell me what happened? I don't know. For a moment, she had a headache. And her head was hurting. She was constantly holding it for some reason. Her eyes changed color for a mere second, from the blue to white for a second. Then back to blue. Then everything started freezing. Yes. Then she mentioned something. No. And then it just froze everything. Before I lost consciousness, I saw her break out the car and start flying away. Do you know the direction? Towards the mountain. The ice mountain. I see. As he goes over and tells Daizawa, she's heading back to her home, apparently. Or that's what I think. Alright, I'll grab the other heroes. We'll move out immediately. As we go back to Izumi, who had just woken up. Where am I? As we see a huge ice dragon. It seems you're awake. What are you doing? I encased you in ice, keeping you frozen. I was always frozen. You just kept me in the ice, even while I was waking up. But don't worry. You're going to help me. As the dragon pulls out a triangle necklace. And this is how you're going to do it. As he places it around her neck collar. Now you will be helping me retrieve my heart. The diamond heart. As soon as it goes around her neck, her eyes turn from the blue to a red. And that's where I'll be ending part 2 of What If Female Deku Was Snowdrop. Make sure to like and subscribe. Wow, that was absolutely a great one. As I have been planning that scenario for at least a month. As I've been wanting to do this what if for actually close to a year, actually. That was good. Yes, that was good. In the next part, we'll go into the diamond heart and all that in the next part of this. as this is seems to be going off a good start. We've gotten 2 what ifs done. We've been talking about the new series I'm going to be doing. And I did promise y'all a Vanny what if, didn't I? When did I say I would get that Vanny what if out to y'all? I think I said I would get that to y'all out at what, 150 subscribers. You'll have reached almost half. You're over halfway there. Really, you almost like need 40 subscribers, and then bam, it's there. These what if live streams are sure fun to do and everything. As I've been planning some of these what ifs for like a course of a year, and just was yep. So the goal is, if y'all can reach 150 this month, as in get me to 150 subscribers this month, in the next what if live stream, there will be a Vanny what if in there. What if female Deku was Vanny? And I don't want to spoil anything, as I've set up the scenario and everything ready for me to record it, as I've got the perfect idea for it. It took a long time to come up with it, but that one will be ready, and I'll do you in a little bit when we reach 150 subscribers. And I've changed my goal because y'all got me to a 118 subscribers in like a month. So my goal of getting to 150 just went up. And this may be a little bit too far, but I hope I can get 500 subscribers by the end of this year. As y'all blew me away on how many y'all subscribed, especially when I dropped that catnap one. So we reach 500 subscribers. I will make a video, probably a mixture of several of my what ifs, or even a fan-made video. And if you want me to make my own character and my own what if, let me know down in the comments, because I'll surely make my own what if. Honestly, I'm actually thinking I may not just keep to the Deku what ifs. I probably will do something I don't think anyone has done, and I think it would be interesting. I may do a what if in the My Little Pony universe, actually. I think that would make for an interesting idea. A what if in the My Little Pony universe. And since we're already doing a what if about a character from My Little Pony. As honestly, that'd probably make for an interesting video, as it's probably gonna be off one of the more known side characters, not the main cast. Oh, and one thing, I do have a what if planned for the month of October for Halloween. Not gonna spoil. Just be prepared for a what if on Halloween. Or the month of Halloween. And what I'm gonna do is several of these what ifs. Doing some of these are very new to me. So, like, several of these what if ideas I want to do are very, very new to me, which makes it very interesting. as when I do the probably the My Little Pony What If Universe something, it's gonna be a new experience with me because I've never done it before. Although I have come up with 2 what ifs off one side character, which you'll find out when that drops. It's not gonna be for quite a bit, but still. As I've got a list planned for what ifs, and I need to do some gameplay because lately it's just been the what ifs. I want some gameplay, so I did the Rise of Atlantis series, which hopefully does well. Part 1 and Part 2 and Part 3 are recorded. They will drop on different due dates, on different dates. Y'all probably seen Part 2 and Part 3 on the last live stream. Honestly, some of these what ifs are just mind-blowing. What you can put your mind to. And I appreciate doing this because it makes y'all viewers happy and all that. I'm trying to make content and what ifs no one has thought of before. Maybe a few people. But I don't think I've ever seen a what female Deku was Snowdrop. And I just wanted to make that because it's just seems like a great idea and everyone's skipping over it. Everyone's just skipping over it. There are other ideas I want to bring to the channel, which I won't go into today. But I'm going to move on to a series I want to do, and I'll probably make a quick trailer for y'all here. And that is, what if Deku was King of the Easterlings? And this will be a trailer, so I'm not going to get into this in depth. So it's just what y'all be seeing for the description. Welcome to What If Deku Was the King of the Easterlings trailer. We start off where Deku has just ascended to the throne, and he has met with 2 of his generals, with the other one going through the land. As we see several pirates, bandits, going through the Easterling territory, raiding a village. Then out of nowhere, a cavalry unit of Easterlings come in and starts to help and slaughter the pirates, as they had been sent to handle the borders, as most of the Easterling army had been lost. As Deku is in armor and at the forsaken temple, which is a desert temple that's been no roof, as it's all been torn down, no walls, with the remaining of his forces. As it seems what was left of Sauron's army wished to put the Easterlings back in their place. And Deku's not about to let that happen, so he's gathered all his brave soldiers left in his army to protect and hold the sacred land. And that will be the trailer for What If Deku Was King of the Easterlings. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's been a while since I did a trailer, so I wanted to do one. So, You know what? We should just go ahead and just do this one as well. I know this one's probably be one of my lesser ones, but tomorrow I will most likely be doing another What If Deku live stream. Most likely. Still up for debate for me right now. Oh, I can understand it. So there will most likely be another live stream tomorrow, maybe another What If Deku live stream, where I may actually do part 1 of the Easterlings. And I'll go in depth with that one, as I've got a feeling this one's gonna be one of the ones no one has ever done. So I really hope y'all enjoy, as I'll be doing another part of these are like all my ongoing series right now. Ooh, not that one. Y'all weren't supposed to see that one. Anyway, that one you just saw, that's a later one. Something I came up with recently. But with so many what ifs going on right now, I will just be focusing on until I can finish up this one. The next live stream will be the What If Female Deku was a robotic bird? What if Deku was Dr. Robotnik? What if Deku was Snowdrop? And we'll do the Easterling. And I may even throw in another one. So I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream, as several more ideas of this channel is coming out. So many more ideas I'm going to do. More live streams to y'all come and observe. As this is only the ice on the cake, as so many more ideas have filled my mind lately. But I can't all do them at once. So I am just going to have to wait, and some of these videos may not show up out for quite a while. I hope y'all understand that. And thank you for watching. And if you're not subscribed, think of subscribing to my channel. You get to see more videos like this. You get notified every time I drop a video. And some of y'all may tag in ideas, and you'll get your name will be in the bottom of the video, because y'all gave me the idea. So, and I appreciate y'all's support. If you want to see another live stream, I'm going to be doing one tomorrow of What If Deku Part 5. I hope y'all have enjoyed this one.